Heyo everyone, it is MonkeyPuzzle, and it is time for another episode of Exploring Ragnarok. This is number 40. Let's do another building episode today, what do you say? My previous buildings just disappeared back there out of render. The motorboat I made and the lighthouse. And then over here is the island that came with the new update of Ragnarok. It's not that new now, but it is relatively new. This is the island that took my interest here, where it's got the ruins over there that have the stairs that go underground, and it's got the scorched earth flowers all over the place, which are very cool, and you can get silk and plant species Y. And then over here is the ruins of an abandoned, well, not exactly orchard, but bush farm, I guess. So there's a bunch of bushes here. None of them are really that remarkable, but the cool thing about them is that there are more bushes in one spot than you usually ever get. So if you harvest here with a Bronto, you get amazing amounts of berries. So I thought this would be a great place to finish leveling up, trying to get to level 100, or at least level 97, so that I can make my own Quetzal platform saddles and my own shock darts. A Giga saddle too, I think comes at level 96. And if we get all the way to 100, we can make a Titanosaur saddle. Not that those stick around, but look at all these narco berries I got without much effort. I think I cleared it out once and left some in here, but you can see if I kept going, you can get quite a bit of berries here. So it's a really good opportunity. I've been preparing for this quite a bit. I got a bunch of tames here. I stockpiled clay in here that I got from over on the desert islands to start a little bit that way. B-Fun had a little barn over there that I used to do some harvesting. So I've done a little prep work here, laying some foundations down. I kind of wish I had started this intro before I did this, because I was going to just experiment with these and then take them apart, but I did so much finagling with lowering and raising foundations and getting everything just right that I don't think I'm going to take it apart. But what I will do is I will link you to the stream where I first showed this, so that you guys can get a sense of what it looked like before I did all this. But just keep in mind it was very rocky, very uneven ground. So this is all S+ stuff, and it wouldn't have been possible without this, because one, it avoids a lot of collision, and two, it's stackable and allows you to do cool stuff like that, where for me, realism in this kind of thing really depends on the foundations embedding all the way down into the rock. So it's pretty cool. And the levels were determined not by me, but sort of suggested by the terrain itself for where the rocks are. So you can see there's a rock there, and there's a rock there, and everywhere they're raised up, it's to cover the rocks. And I have already done the plumbing, so you could see I've got this all plumbed in here, and then it connects to some plumbing that goes that way to the well, the water well right here. When I connect two different grids of plumbing, this is on the line determined by the well, and then this one is on perpendicular with this area up here. You can use this little S+ pipe, it's the flexible pipe, to connect the two if you get close enough, and that's pretty cool. I'm definitely a big fan of that to help with the plumbing and stuff. So there we go, I've done that. So we've got a bunch of different levels going on, which were pretty much demanded by the terrain, but I think they worked out in such a way that I'm going to be able to use them pretty well. And then my other goals with this were to get it in line with that ruins wall that goes around the bush farm down there. So I put the first foundation all the way down there, lined up with it, and I brought them back so that this is on sort of the same alignment that that wall is. So if I can get a look from up here. You can see I pretty much pulled that off. And then the other thing I wanted to do was save this really nice tree, as I always do when I can. So I used the triangle foundations to do that. So I've got in these various chests here, I've got the pieces for what each of these levels is going to be. But the number one goal is to set up a little chem bench station so that I can grind narcotics here. I actually did some of that already, and was when I was setting up here, and that got me from level 94 to level 95. So now, oops, wrong one. Now I can, let's see, let's get all the way down here. And yeah, now I can make the electric prod, so look out. Zap, zap, I'm chasing everybody around with that. But yeah, I want this. I do want a Giga Saddle. I mainly want this. Riot gear is cool. And then what this is like the rocket turret and the Titano saddle. But if I get to here, I'll be happy. And it's a long haul. Even we're on 3 times XP here. And to get from like level 94 to level 95, 95 to 96, it's just huge. So, and I've actually, I think this is the highest I've ever been as far as level. So we'll get up there. Maybe I'll even take a broth of enlightenment. Anyway, let's put this place together and I'll show you all the things I'm going to do. So first, let's go ahead. I got to take some of this space down here and I'm going to start putting this together. Can I carry all these? If they'll go down there. A little delay in the game today. I'm not sure why. My ping is great. My internet's fine. So there may be some of that. We'll just have to put up with it. But let me start getting these pieces down here. And we can start with that. I think that's good for now. I don't want to get too overburdened. So why don't we start with just putting some ramps and stuff so we can get up and down here. I was thinking that I would use this first area here as a way to get up and down. So that sort of suggests itself. And then over here, let's do the same. Now, these S Plus ramps, they can convert to stairs. Like this, if you go switch to stairs, which I like a lot better than the ramps. But I found out when you have 2 side by side, these things kind of swoop up to the left and it creates this line right here that I don't really like. So we're just going to leave these as a ramp. But and then some places where I can use them singly, then we can go ahead and switch them to stairs. And then it provides some contrast too. So that's pretty cool. And let's see, let's put one, wrong thing. There. That one can be stairs. And then let's put one here. And that one can be stairs. And then one more to get up here. So this area up here, so since we've got the whole agricultural thing going on here, and this is very much like a garden island, it's all herbivores here, there's no carnivores. I thought I'd make this like my little peaceful garden spot, and so we'd harvest berries down there, and we could make narcotics, and we can make dyes. And I thought, well, then I'll use this place also to do the farming that I haven't done anywhere else on the map yet. So up here, I'm going to make a greenhouse, and I'm going to try to make the whole thing kind of on a Mediterranean theme, because that's what this reminds me of here. So we'll see how well I do with that. The adobe definitely suits that. I want one more way up here, so we're going to put some stairs going up there, and I'm going to need this actually as a helper piece. You see, I've already set up a fridge here because I was storing rotten meat to get ready for the narcotics. So, and I've got a bunch of materials I've been stashing in these crafting stations. So I had like metal and crystal in here, and clay and wood and fiber and straw in here, and this is just extra. I can pull my critters up on this lower level and use them to fill these up. I can pull resources from them. This here I borrowed from over at the lighthouse, and I was using it to smelt metal ingots. It can go now because I'm done with that. But I found the best way to transport metal around the map is just as raw metal in the Anki. So we can So I'd like to have one of these wherever I am bringing the stuff. That's about half the weight of transporting the actual ingots. So that's cool. So I'm going to have to pick this up for a second. So let me see. Let me go ahead and grab all the gas out of it so we don't get a bag. And that turned off the fridge for a second. We're going to go on defrost cycle. And then that will go right there. And then we're going to use that to get our this going. And let me see. I think that's wrong. Yeah, that's just going to come towards me. You can flip them. Yeah, I want them to go up there. So let's pick them up and try that again. Last time when I get these how I wanted them. Is that it? Nope, wrong. Pick them up. Last time I got them where I wanted it, I got stuck in them, which may happen. But I want them that way facing me. On this foundation I'm standing on. Takes too long, I'll skip to it. Up, up, that's it. I got it. I put another foundation down to help. Hopefully I can pick that up now without losing that. Yep. And then we're going to flip that. Excellent. And then we're going to put our last ramp. Let me see, that's in the number 4 slot. Down right there. And turn that to stairs. Cool, cool. And then hopefully we can pick this up. Yes. Without everything falling apart. And then go ahead and hide this back down under the stairs. We're going to flip it around a couple times. And it shows through a little bit. I don't know how to disable the snapping on generators for S+. I like that they snap to foundations. It's not the G key. Someone told me once it's some combination of the G key, but I don't remember what it is. So let's see if we can throw this together in a reasonable amount of time. If not, I'm still going to do it. So bear with me. But I did prepare quite a bit for this, so I should be able to pull it off. Let's go ahead. Put all these down. Get that going. And then over here, we're going to use the double doors, which I like so much. And that's really necessary right here to be able to get through with this ramp right here. Here it's just for looks. And then, let's see, I go ahead and put some windows on top of those. And then now I think we need the doors. Let's grab all of those. And we won't need that slot anymore. And do my little door on top of the window thing. So that it makes a bigger window. Which I like a lot. But you can't just walk out of it. Cool. So we've got this area now. I could put the doors on, but that will get annoying. We'll do that at the end. Let me see. I've got a couple more things to drop down in here. I don't think I need these anymore, so let's put those back. Yeah, let's get the most important things down here, which the most important thing, the reason this is all for, is so that we can get a chem bench. Woo, I'm way up here. Let's come down a little bit and straighten that out. And then we should be able to get that just in there. You know me, I want it to be just perfect. We'll call it there. Give it a little bit of breathing room around it. So that's cool. And then we can give it some gas for when we need it. Don't want to put too much because you don't want to lose it. Okay, so that is ready to roll. We can grind narcotics. So can actually pull some out of here. Well, I don't have much. I was thinking of getting them grinding while I'm doing this. But you know what? We'll let that go. I'll have plenty of time to make narcotics. Such a funny thing to say. While I'm hanging out doing other stuff here, which I'll explain in a little bit. So let me see. Now I need some of these. Let's put them here. Move that over there. Get this over here. Hopefully I won't need my grappling hook. Oh yeah, we got another fridge too. That will just snap right there. Thank you. S+ for that. And then I also was throwing in some air conditioners. Let's throw one in. just in case we need them here. I mean, we are in this like hot Mediterranean island, so we put that back here and it'll get hidden by the fridge, but kind of just make it nice and pleasant in here. So these guys, let's see which one it was I wanted. We want that one there. Cool. And so that would put that one there. Yep. Cool. So we're pretty much there with this little bottom area, except I'm going to really take advantage of this space and we're going to raise it up some. So let's grab that over there so we can get these now. Oh, and this has a spot as well. Hopefully I shouldn't need to defend myself. You always need a smithy so you can repair stuff and whatnot. So we'll put that like right there. So now we got that. I think that's most of what we're going to need here. And then, oh, I think I need a regular wall right there. So I'm not overburdened yet, but I'm close to it. So let's put those there. And so I think if I remember correctly, that goes there. We definitely know that these are going to go up here. So we got our first roofing. So this is going to be the main enclosed area right here. And we'll do that. Bring it all the way out to there. Cool, cool. And then, let's see. Let's get a regular wall right there. And pretty sure we do a regular wall right there. I may be getting that wrong. But yeah, okay, so now let's give us a way. We're going to make a second floor up here and really just be able to utilize the space. That will go in that slot, and we will then get a ladder here. And we'll be able to get up here and have a little bit more space, which is cool. Don't need a whole lot, and so I need some regular ceilings. Now, if you were doing it vanilla, you couldn't do it in this order because you'd get some collision when you tried to put walls under these. But we can do it now. And let me see. I think that's how that all went. I'm feeling like I'm going to need some more walls because we want to close this side off, and I might as well do it in the proper order. We can put walls here to build up off because these foundations are on a different level than we are on here, so we got to work with that. And I guess I put some extra walls somewhere. That's okay, we got plenty of materials, so it never works out exactly the same the second time. But let's just make about 5 of these, and that should get us through the rest of it, unless these are the ones that I'm missing. It could very well be. So let's go ahead and use those. And they'll go down there. And then I think I actually need to stick one more wall back here, which, because it's S+, I should be able to do. So that's cool. And then we're going to build up here with windows. Like that, because we want to be able to see inside the pretty greenhouse. And then over here we're going to have a door, another double door. Now, because this is a half space off, it's going to have to be a 1.5 high door. And then we'll go back to our walls, or our doors on top of the windows again. That one placed incorrectly, so we'll have to pick that up. See if we can get it from here. Yes. So there we go. And then now we can get back to these ceilings that go right there. And this is our little loft area. Just a little pleasant area up there. We can put some beds or something like that. So let's go ahead and go up there and finish that off. So here we're just going to need windows all the way around. Because where wouldn't you want a window up here? It's all so cool. It's such a nice view. I really love this map, and there's some parts that are really pleasant. And we're really going to maximize the, like I said, the sort of Mediterranean pleasantness of this. And this, if I'm lucky, these will all be on the same level. It actually looks like I've gotten off level here. Whenever you have a ceiling on top of a wall, even with S+, you get these different snap points, higher and lower. So you gotta pay attention to that if that's the kind of thing that would bother you, and it certainly would bother me. So we just keep popping all those up. Sometimes they don't behave themselves. Pick that one up, and you gotta use reverse psychology. That one's okay. And that one, go up. So if you don't know, I'm pressing Q whenever I'm cycling through snap points. That is the key that's in vanilla ARK. Sometimes G works for S+, when Q fails you. So try that. There we go. Alright, so we got all that, and then we just need to put this up here. That's the wrong one, so we want that one. And we want one more over here. I forget which one I used. That one. Yep. And then doors on top of the windows again, because that's how I like it. Maximize the windows. This is going to be a free breathing place. Will not be dank and stanky at all. Alright, so now we can put our final roofs on. And that should finish this main structure off. Go ahead and do that. Alright, so it's pretty nice up here. Got this little olive, we're going to call this, with the slightly unripe olives coming through the roof a little bit. Got all your nice little zen views up here. So, cool. I'm going to call that done. And that pretty much completes this area, I think. We've got some doors and windows here we can put on. Might as well do those. So let's see, we'll replace that with that. And let's put these somewheres and these. And then we'll use them all up. Yeah. Let's go like that. We'll switch that. Okay. So these double ones go here and here. Not that we get bad guys here, but who knows? Maybe sometime some little guy will come. And then these, we're going to make the greenhouse here next. And I got all the parts here for that. But let's just go ahead and put these here. We don't want all that like overly humid greenhouse air coming in, or at least we want to be able to control it. So this side at least, we're going to seal these up with some glass windows. And we're calling these windows too, even though they're doors. Unfortunately, you can't change the style on these. I wish you could. I'd like to take out some of those extra ribs there. But we're going to get that all sealed up. I could put doors and windows in the rest of the front, but the kind of, this industrial look is not quite really what I'm going for in this build. But it's going to work fine for the greenhouse. I kind of wish we had the, not you, the glass frame with lumber like we have in Primitive Plus. That would actually be much more appropriate for here. So I think what I have left is just extra parts. We put that. I know there's another place for these later on, so I'll hold on to them. But okay, let's grab all this stuff. So first thing I want to use is a bunch of adobe railings, because we have a little adjustment to make. We've got this little half thing that just worked out that way, like I said, from the placing of foundations. But I got lucky in that it's about exactly a half a piece. So we're going to be able to work with that. So I'm going to put these all the way around, because the railings in S+, Structures Plus, act as your little half-height walls. And we could just use them like this, which would be fine with me. Something's a little different here than it was before. Alright, let's go back to this. And that. And I think, give me a second here, folks. Figure something out. You know what? I think this one was actually at this level, like this. So at the lower level, always got to get that demo gun out of your hand. And yeah, I had it down there. That's how I like it. Okay. And then we can put that ramp back. Also. And it's going to be stairs. Cool. And then we got, should have one more railing. Yeah. And then so you can actually place full-size parts on top of these railings. So now we're going to need these. Let's see if I can get most of this stuff without getting overburdened. Need those, we need those, and these, and these. These. And here's a little half wall. It's in glass, it's cool. And can I get all the rest of this? Let's see. Yeah, I didn't see the little overburden stuff yet. We'll take the rest of those at the end, I think. Yeah, okay, so let me see which is which here. We've got the walls on number 5, so glass walls. So it could just go like this, you know, running a greenhouse in a Mediterranean climate, you'd actually want a good amount of draft to be able to come through, because you could easily get too hot. But there's something about these railings that just look a little too rickety for me. So what you can do with these is you can switch to a half wall, which is awesome. Look at that. So that's perfect. And it gives the greenhouse a little bit of the adobe feel. You can't use the model gun for this. At least I wasn't able to successfully. But you can just go ahead and manually switch them all like that. And then we got a nice sturdy half wall base for the greenhouse. Yeah, like I said, it brings the adobe feel into the greenhouse a little bit, even though we have all these like high-tech metal parts on top of it. So I like that a lot. And so then we're going to bring this up some. So that's where these guys come into play. It's not that one, but that one. And then we get the walls going up like that. And it's going to go all the way up to there. And then which one were you? You were that one. Cool. And we'll do that over on the other side too. Bring this one up. And then the wall. The wall and the wall. Cool. And we got that up there. And then let me see. We need... This up here is going to be the regular ceilings. And that's at the wrong snap point, actually. That's not sitting on the greenhouse, but it's connecting to the adobe next door. You can see I got them pretty close, but they're not exact. Aha! I got you. Okay, and then I'm going to speed through this real quick because I can see this part's going to be a little bit of a pain. Alright, I seem to have found the rhythm for this. There we go, and then there's one more, and it's going to go right there. We'll put some doors on the thing. Not there, but right here. I'm going to sit. Oh, breaking stuff. What happened? Are these the doors? Why'd you go there? Dummy. So, go there. That's where I want you. Nope, not there. But we want it sitting on top of that foundation. You saw I had it in the right place. This game. Okay. I love it. I do. How's that? No. Okay, let's give it something else to cling to. We've got that little half-high piece. And I was going to use that to fill the gap right here, and that is being a dork as well. Let me try again with the doors. Hey! We did it. Okay, now that can go there if it cooperated. Why are you going there? Pick it up. Maybe if I put the doors here, it will block that, or it might just break them. Who knows? You. I'm gonna spank you. There we go. Try again. Alright, and now I just need to make one more glass wall. So let's go ahead and do that so we can have a little completion. I got plenty of materials in here to make any pieces that we mess up on. So, and you go right there. And then I think that's pretty much done, except for we now got to put these guys in. And there, I see that there was still some shifting around selection of snap points. I'm just going to trust the blind luck here and not think about it too hard. I can always adjust things after the video, but I want to give you guys a sense of how it went together. So there's that, and that's a greenhouse. We've got one now, and let's just take the rest of this stuff here and put it in its spots. So we need that, we need that, we need some of these, and some of these. That should be just about everything. Don't need these. Those are just going to weigh me down. Okay, so I already went ahead and did some plumbing here, like I said, because that is a pain in the butt. You can see to place this, the cooker I'm about to put down, they need to snap to a pipe. So I had to put it another intersection up here, and then I connected it with one of those flexible pipes. So you guys can see how I pulled that off. It would be very hard in vanilla, which is why we're using S+. So now that's got a little snap point right there. Clips the doors just a little bit, but not too bad. One little thing I forgot to show you about the cookpot plumbing is that they do not work when plumbed from a well, just like they don't work from a reservoir, unfortunately. So I actually had to send plumbing all the way down to the water down here in order to make it work. So just so you know, I can hide these later. And then we can go ahead and put down all of these medium crop plots. So I did 8 of them, and these are just going to be for the crops. We don't need to grow berries here, obviously. So we're going to get 2 each of each of the crops. And we're going to have those ready to go. And so then as far as watering them, I already got the plumbing in the places where I want the outlets, the water taps to go. And you can see they're running just fine. So let's go ahead and see where my snap point for this was. I think I was doing that one right there. And then this one ended up right there. So there we go. And these should all be irrigated and at 300% greenhouse effect. So that's pretty awesome. That's good to go. And then this we can use for making kibbles and for making dyes and all of that stuff that we have here. So there we go. That's the greenhouse all set to go, except for we're just going to need some fertilizer. I went ahead and tamed a Phiomia for poop already. And then I tamed up some of these beetles, dung beetles. There we go. And they are full of fertilizer. So they're just going to live inside the greenhouse. Hopefully they won't eat too many of the crops. And I've already been making fertilizer in them. So they should be good to go. I've had them on wander in here. You see I've got a good start there. So I will get the crops started as soon as we're done with this vid. Maybe I'll actually take a pause here quickly and stick the crops in, just so but by the end of the video we may be able to see some things growing. I've got a ton of seeds on the Bronto. So I'll be right back, and then we'll got the third phase to finish up real quick. Alrighty, so we got the greenhouse all planted up, got all our little baby seedlings going, so we can get that growing. It's in action. So then the last bit is out here. Now this area is going to be purely decorative, just kind of leisurely little hangout space. So I can just move around a little bit here. So let me eat, get a drink of water. I really like the placement of this one. And let's get my stuff going. So we got some more railings we're going to play with. And then, let me see, we've got these, some double doors. and some triangle adobe ceilings and some sloped adobe ceilings. And I guess I did have a couple extra of these I used somewhere that I don't remember. And then we're going to have tables and benches and chairs. And then we have some eco stuff, which I'm going to set up to play with later. I'm going to have a lot of time while I'm grinding narcotics to really decorate this place well. I'm going to really delve into the eco stuff in a way I haven't really yet. And I'm also going to play with dyes too, because I think this place is going to want a paint job. Yeah, that works pretty well. Well, it doesn't quite match up there. Did I make that too high? Not sure if I need to. I'll think about that for a second. Yeah, so I may figure out some Mediterranean colors. Actually, I didn't put these here either. Let's pick those up. Actually, let's do it the fast way. But I will play with that in my own time afterwards. Can I get that done? Yeah. Okay. So the other ones go over here. We're going to wrap them around right here. And I'm telling you, these areas just sort of worked out. I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do, so I guided them a little bit, but it was real luck that things worked out as well as they did. So the way I want to make like a little shaded, covered seating area, a little hangout spot. So this will be the one with the vista over here. And what I'm using for supports is these double door frames. I think they work pretty well. A pillar would just be way too much overkill. And then I'm putting another railing on top of that just to bring it up to too high. So we're not working with the 1.5 that's just going to cause problems. And then I'm going to put these sloped triangle ceilings up here. That's always going to happen a couple times. So this is where the patience comes in. But it does work out. There's that one. And no. Sometimes it's quicker just to grab it than to use the gun. Maybe I'll bring you back. We'll see. Hey, there we go. So now we can just bring this back, and it turns out you can bring this back too, because it's fully foundation supported right here. I think that works out pretty well. Just using the, these are vanilla parts, although they're working in the S Plus kind of way. Actually, no, the double door frames are not. But before we get into like any eco building parts, trying to see what I can do with the ARK parts. I guess I'm putting S Plus closer to vanilla than eco stuff, but whatever. So now back here on the back of this triangle, I'm going to go ahead and put these, because even though this is supported, it doesn't look supported. And you can kind of imagine maybe it's embedded in the tree, but I'm not going to buy it. So then I put one of these on top of there, and then I buy that as support for that thing. So this is pretty cool. And then this is going to be a little hangout spot right here. And go ahead and throw a bench down. Take a little break. Rest from all that building. Check out the view. Okay, that's enough. Break's over. Time to keep moving and finish this build up, because this vid's already going overtime. But that's what I get for trying to build on camera. But I did obviously a lot of prep work, so it wouldn't take too long. And hopefully you guys are following along with me, because we are almost there. And I'm just used the same little method for here with the railings and then the double door frames and the railings, and that works for me. And then here's the other place that I use these guys, that and that, and then we can put the ceilings, the slope ceilings, on top of here. This comes back one from there, and then same thing, we're going to support it with the double door frames over here. Not you, wrong button, you. There, and then a railing. Cool. So that's all supported. I do have one railing left on me. I guess I used it here. How do we feel about that? I'm not sure. I don't like it. We'll pick it up. Alright. Cool, I don't mind having an extra one. And then in here, I'm trying to figure out exactly how to arrange it in the best way. But let's go ahead, put a table down in the middle. I'm not going to spend too long aligning it, because it probably wouldn't be perfect anyway. And I can always adjust it. And then this gets some chairs. So we can put them... We could put them right against the table. It's there's a thing in ARK sometimes if you're too close to a table and you stand up, the table kills you. Believe it or not. I think, just to make it simple for now, I'm going to place them against the railing, and then that leaves you with space to walk around in here. So if we have a meeting or whatever for the server, we can just, you know, we'll at least be facing each other a bit. And I'm going to add more to this as we go. I'm just throwing some down to give a sense of it, what it's going to look like and feel like, and creating a little recreational space here. So there's that. That's pretty cool. And then maybe we need a chair right here to hang out and check out the view. And then let's see, maybe more. Okay, so now all we got left is this eco stuff. Let's go ahead and put these down. And like I said, this is one of the ways I'm going to spend my time while I'm grinding narcotics, is just really getting into these and checking out how to decorate this place. So here's one for furniture. Let's go ahead and throw that down. Looks like a little writing desk. And then let's give that a chair. And then we got the tree one. So I'm just going to see if I can put that here somewhat convincingly. And that's how we could make snappable, placeable redwoods and platforms and stuff like that. And then we do need some sap to make the veggie cakes, is one of the main things I want to get to, so that I can tame ovis and snails. And then what do we have left? We've got this one. So let's place it down. I think it would look pretty nice right in there. So that's cool. That's the landscape crafting table, and it looks very landscaped itself. Adds some color to the place already. Gotta pull it forward a little bit, but I'll do that later. And then this last one, I think is the garden one. Looks like a nice potted bush. So I think it's got a spot right there. That's the Garden Decor. And this looks like a good place for the food tray, for crafting all the food items. We got to cover this table with a feast. So I think we've pretty much got this together. I think that's it. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to decorate this place some more with the eco stuff. I think this needs to be a little garden right here, and we'll get some vines and some grapes, and there's some vine covered roofs that we might replace these with. But just wanted to start with the basic frame of the place all done up in Adobe, and we've got this all functional now with our crops and our beetles and our cook pots and stuff. And we've got the chem bench in here, so I'm gonna grind away. Got my little workshop, and then I've got my little loft in here where I need to throw down a bed or two. Good respawn point. And oh yeah, I need to switch all those doors to manual so they don't make all that racket every time I walk by. But that's it, folks. I hope you liked this. We should maybe take a look at it from above real quick before we sign out. But there's my little Mediterranean garden villa, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure if villa is quite the right word, but you guys get the intent and the style and the function. So I like it a lot. Pretty happy with it. And hopefully you guys like it too. If you have suggestions and stuff, let me know. But for now, I think I'm going to sign out. Thank you for watching until the very end. And this is MonkeyPuzzle, having fun building and crafting and leveling up. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.